I am sure sports. You know me there, I'm coast to coast representing. I mean, I say this is Righteous representing for Omar. You don't know, come get the sports over here from near and far. Boy. Me say I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. If me not sure, that me not say it. Know who score, that me not say it. Never know the game play, that me not say it. If me never seen a game, me no know who play. For your sports news, better come over here so. For your soccer news, then come over here so. If you don't love sports, still come over here so. For the day done, you are gonna love over here so.
So when it comes on to behavior concerning football, Jamaica is decent. I am sure that if we can get all of these things done, set in place by the end of April, it gives us enough time before the World Cup campaign. Not afraid of no Brazil, no Argentina with these crap of players. We are good enough. Remember, like, subscribe, share. Listen, comment, let me know what your thoughts are.
Trick Nick Jerk Marinade gives your meats and vegetables authentic Jamaican jerk flavor. The spices are directly from Jamaica. Spices like jerk seasoning, allspice, scotch bonnet pepper, fresh scallions, thyme, ginger, and garlic. The key ingredients to a great jerk marinade. 0% sugar and low in sodium. You want to try it?
Made up of 18 Jamaican herbs and spices. Add delicious, bold flavor to your next grilling experience. Flavoring sauce, a marinade, basting, condiment, or topping. Trick Nick Jerk Barbecue Sauce.
All right. Good night. Welcome to I Am Sure Sports. I am your host, Management. Hope you had a wonderful day. Yes, and hope your night is going well. Want to say welcome to every single one of you to the stream, to the platform. If this is your first time, as usual, I ask you to hit that like button, to subscribe, and to share. All right? Just do that. Just hit the like button. It helps with the algorithms, right? So once you're on, you can do that. Big up to Chevron Peart, one of those, what I call real fans in the business out there, and just a fan but a supporter of the football. Paul Watkins, big up yourself. RR, man with the wrench, bless up yourself. Chris King, yeah man, up and running, blessings and respect to you. Fabi Frano, yeah man, with the nightcap, yeah. All right, well, I'm going to talk about that, Paul. I'm going to talk a little bit about Mount Pleasant, but let me just give a word of inspiration, a word of hope to the people. All right, you know that names are very important, right? Especially back in the days, in Bible days, when a person had a name, it spoke to the vision and the purpose of your life. You understand me? So one of the names that the Creator God has is the name Elroy, E-L-R-O-I. And that name means that the one who sees, meaning he sees all things, he knows all things. He sees everything, he sees every heart, he sees every man, he sees every place, sees every action. And he's also strong enough to do something about it. So wherever you are today, whatever you're going through, however you're feeling, just know that the Most High God, his eyes are on you. He sees all the affairs of your life, and he's able to help you, for he can do exceedingly abundantly above all you could ever ask, think, or even imagine. So keep your focus on the Most High God, and don't focus on the locust. Don't let negativity dwell inside of you. You understand me? Get rid of all negativity and trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways, continue to acknowledge him, and he will continuously direct your path. You understand me? Bless up. So bless up to all of you. Again, welcome, welcome. Feel like I need a little bit more light. You understand me? I was trying to do this with as little light as possible. But I look like I'm going to have to add some more light because it look like part of my being is missing. So let me get some more light, don't it? Oh, all right. So let me just play something from Tricknick because this video is powered by Tricknick. In the meantime. There we go. So back with you now. Yeah, man, looking better. You understand me? Yeah. I think it is looking better. Maybe it's not in your eyes, but to me, it is looking good. It is looking better. All right. So, seeing that Paul has mentioned, you might say before that, listen, yo, sweat me or sweat, man. You know, hey, me I tell you, hey, listen, people, JPS need to be held account. It's in Jamaica. You see, utility companies. I think the Jamaica Public Service Company or Jamaica Public Service, JPS, need to be held account. All right? There was a hurricane, and for 2 weeks, there was no electricity, and there was no changes to the bill. You see the bill, for which is just the beginning of August now, they have added all their hurricane increases. So every Jamaican bill get doubled. So a man who used to pay like 18,000, I pay 36. If you used to pay 5, you pay 10. And it seems like nobody can stop the JPS from doing what they're doing. They need to be held account. They need to be held account for some of these things. And nobody can explain. JPS. And don't try to cut off my light right now. Don't try to disconnect the light in my area. Right now, JPS, because I said this, and they choke me at all. But I need to go on better. You need to deal with the people them better. So when I hear them saying that they're giving back $50 million, the people, listen, you're going to collect that $50 million. You're not giving back $50 million because every bill is going to increase. And so instead of increasing it by 25%, they increase it by 100. So that the 50 million come out of the percentage increase on the people them bill. Not change. You don't need to do better. Not to stay too long on that because this video is just 1 hour. 1 hour this video. 1 hour. I keep the discipline. I don't care how nice it is. I don't care how many people on it. I don't care what ball. We want more. You want it. I don't business. 1 hour this video is for. Me have a training. I have a training to do. Right? So I'm going to have to go and do the training on Zoom. So I have 1 hour and I'm going to maximize the moment. So 7:40, 8:45, whoosh, I'm out of here. You understand me? So let's lock in. Listen, let me pick up on the third topic in the discussion, which is fixing the Mount Pleasant issue. We're going to talk about that first and foremost. All right? Let me see if I can. I'm not going to see if we can do some fancy thing with this thing. We're going to fix this Mount Pleasant issue. All right? This Mount Pleasant issue needs to be fixed. And fixed ASAP. All right? This Mount Pleasant issue needs to be fixed. And fixed ASAP. All right? But yeah, you may be asking, management, what do you mean by that? What do you mean by that, management? All right? So let's begin. All right? Mount Pleasant played a game yesterday, right? Yeah. Against Cavaliers. Welcome, Leighton. Hey, finally. Thank you, Leighton. Happy birthday. Happy belated birthday. Like one day, all right, so one day people, right? So some of these people do a lot of work. A lot of work is done behind the scene, right? Big up Leighton. Dean Tomlinson, Leighton has to come to your. Thank you, sir. Let me come to Dean. Dean, said, I had no light for 3 weeks and my bill is more than the month. Me I tell you, I'm telling you. Yeah, me have solar. I had standby generator. All right. And there was a time when me never have no light. And the light bill. Me I tell you, man, something wrong with JPS, man. They need to be looked into. But respect, Leighton. So one of the days, right, I'm going to let you know some of the background work some of the people do. Like you have Jason Ferron, you have like Drew, you have people like even Cranky, Neil, like even Ian Campbell, Mr. Porter, Michael Garden. Lately is one of those persons, right? They're Siobhan Peart. I can name like 60, 70 people who behind the scene just make significant contribution to football. This is not about management though, just what they are doing, nobody knows, but they are making serious inroads into how football changes and how things are. And so big up to them. So thank you, Leighton, for the super sticker. So now, I don't know if you know this, but here are the players who played for Mount Pleasant yesterday that played for Cavaliers. Nicholas Nelson played for Cavaliers. Sulay McCullough played for Cavaliers. Jamai Topi played for Cavaliers. All right, that's 3. Shaquille Dyer played for Cavaliers. All right, so that's 4 out of the Alex Marshall played for Cavaliers. So 5 of the players that started played for Cavaliers. Now remember, now they have Rankin, who is a former Cavalier player as well. They have Gadiel Irwin that they're supposed to sign, a former Cavalier player. And them have Kai Ming, who is a former Cavalier player. 8 Cavaliers player. Former Cavaliers player that are in this Mount Pleasant side. All right. Of those 8 players, I think Gadiel and Kyle Ming are the only 2 that have won a Premier League with Cavaliers. So 6 have not won. All right. So it's like these are players, for whatever reason, Cavaliers got rid of at some point. Or they deemed excess and sold them to Mount Pleasant. Right? So, yeah. All right? So, watch this. What would have caused such a performance? And listen, I could call players' name, but I'm not going to do that. Because here's what. I have a lot of respect. You see, Mr. Peter Gould, he's one of those unsung heroes in Jamaica's football. And he doesn't get a lot of credit. And a lot of people take a lot of credit for a lot of the things that he does because he doesn't come out and talk about it in terms of sponsorship. I say that from Senton Football, where he solely sponsored Senton Football for years by himself, Peter Gould. I'm talking about at the national youth level, where competitions are held. And he is the person who sponsored it. But you don't hear him name called because he's not that kind of a person. And honestly, sometimes I see the players on the field and know how he takes care of his players in terms of transfer fees that are paid, salaries that are paid, accommodation, in comparison to the rest of clubs in Jamaica. And I shake my head when I see them on the field. And I say to myself, this man don't deserve this kind of a treatment, boss. There are players on that field yesterday from Mount Pleasant that from the start of the game, them quit, them stop play, them walk and talk. Because here is the problem with the football. So much money was paid for these players, and so much money is paid to these players that they have become pre-Madonnas. Some of these players' contracts need to be renegotiated, and they are paid on a performance basis because they're getting too much money. And here's the thing, until the contracts are finished, don't sell them. Let them go and find some other club, some new club or something. People, I'm telling you, it is crazy. They were walking on the field. It's like they went there to say, no, You notice me not talking about Cavaliers because Cavaliers did what they were supposed to do. And we have to give Rudolph Speed. All if you hate him, you know. All if you hate Rudolph Speed. Rudolph Speed used high schoolers. Xavier Gooden, Lloyd Simmons. These are high school kids for the most part. Richard King played with a high school defense line with the exception of Len and beat Mount Pleasant with a team with an offensive line. Mount Pleasant have Daniel Green, who represented Jamaica. Devante Campbell represented Jamaica. Kimoni Bailey was called to a camp and got injured. That is why he didn't play in Trinidad. Nicholas Nelson played for Jamaica. Joshan Anglin played for Jamaica. Sully McCullough played for Jamaica. Odin Pinnacook, well, he came on. Jamai Topi played for Jamaica. Fitzroy Cummins played for Jamaica. Who again? Shaquille Dyer played for Jamaica. Alex Marshall played for Jamaica. I mean, so what on it? Hold on the people. Me have a pause. Talk it through blue. You're saying that my birthday is a pagan celebration. How come my birthday become a pagan celebration, boss? Yeah, Devante Campbell play for Jamaica. All right? And a high school team. A high school team caused a team to quit in the first 5 minutes of the game. 5 minutes of the game and the man them quit. The man them start walk on the field. But if I were Mr. Gould, hey, what they can't make me the manager for Mount Pleasant? But I manage Mount Pleasant, you know, for the season here. Just for the season here, because me I tell you, problem with some of them on them salary with these kind of performances. Crazy. And I'm not saying that Cavaliers don't deserve to win. Cavaliers deserve to win and could have scored 4. For the entire game, Mount Pleasant never got behind Cavaliers' defense line one time. Daniel Green, except for a free kick, had no shots on target. Neither did Alex Marshall, nor Devante Campbell. Nicholas Nelson, a flukes one. No, man, Dan Gaga, me will get the solution, man. All right? Stress. So, let me get to this, because I'll give this. And listen, it's a coach Harold Thomas, is a gentleman I respect. I've seen him coach a Dunby Wallen team that knock football. This coach. I've seen him coach Harborview team that knock football. I know for this coach, it not take nothing for him get up and say, yo, me done, and walk away from it. He has done it before. Him can't do that. So me not want to beat him. Because even if his decisions were bad, the players out there were good enough to play better. Even if his selection, his starting 11 was bad, the players were good enough to perform a whole lot better. Man, they are Mount Pleasant, bossy. I get $500,000. 400,000 man I get. Man I get 500 and more. Man I get 300. Man I get a damn salary, man I get. These guys are getting more money than people work in a bank. Than teachers. Than police officers. Than persons who serve in the army of Jamaica. And them quit in a 5 minutes time, boss. This team stayed in Kingston overnight at hotel. A them kind of treatment that them get. Free accommodation. Man, I get over $500,000, bossy. Come on now. $250,000, $500,000, them salary range there. For this, the man deserve that, boss. More than 300,000, man. More than, man, I get more than 300,000, man. No joke, man. You better not make them score. You got joking, I go on a Mount Pleasant. Per month, of course. You talk about Michael Wood. Per month. The man must be disappointed, man. You can find hungrier players than some of these players on the field. So let me say this, right? So here's my solution. The one thing I'll say is this. One thing I'll say is this. This Mount Pleasant team cannot play three at the back. What are they centre back there? They have one fast centre back. One. He was on the bench. Odin Pennycook. Every other one of them slow. Soleil slow. Fitzroy coming slow. Shaquille Dyer slow. I don't know if we can call Topi slow. Topi can't move. The others are slow. Topi can't. Topi has one pace. It's called walking pace. So I'm a slow, him slow. Him just walk. That's how him play. Walking pace. No man, I mistake me, man. When seriously, you know say, Chris King, it's a mistake me, man. I see, genuine mistake. His pace is walking pace. And maybe there are games that you can get away with it, you know. If you play with 5 at the back, and you have some fast players, and you switch because he's very good at, me I will give him credit for passing the ball because he's very good at that. And he's very good at winning headers and set plays, especially corners. Me I will give him credit where credit is due. One of the better passers of the ball. And Marlon and me are Mount Pleasant fan, you know, so we can talk. And from Mount Pleasant, they're in a Division 1. When them just the names Tush in the bush are the worst defense this ever played for Mount Pleasant. In the history of Mount Pleasant Football Club. Worst defensive display. I mean, I tell you from when all my team beat them. By 3. Them on their fight to the end. A dive on a black ball. Get knocked out with ball because them may not be good, but them are going to fight to the end. That is why Mr. Gould bring back you like Kevin Graham. Because them on they have a heart. Daniel Green, am I virgin? I mean, I see Daniel Green has shown a heart. Reggie Boom, I see no heart from you. Devante, you know the core of the team here. The rest of them come from other places, boss. Yes, man. You should have be out there and say, yo, coach, no man not work with them money. You have to talk up, bossy. Some of them man don't deserve fair play for them where they go behave and up on the field. It was a big piece of joke. And some of them on the contract need to be terminated immediately. Because since them so good, make them go to our next team and get the money where they get a Mount Pleasant. Seeing that them so big and them a big star, make them go find the next club. We will give them the kind of money where they get. There's a player, more giving you this. I'm sure you see clubs operate differently. There's a player that recently left Mount Pleasant and go to our next club. And they go on with foolishness. It's when they go on with foolishness and the big boss them will run the thing, page him and say, listen, you can't stay here, sir. What you do? You're boy. With a business, you come back from foreign, you're boy. I saw them tell him. So you can pack up and leave right now. Or apologize. You must apologize to every single person. Them money. And that is why some of them dip on bench when Tapper did it. Unlike like Tapper, them money couldn't do that on Tapper did it. Them not get no game. Me, I tell you that. If them money play them away, them not see no game for the rest of the season. Hold on there. I have a call line, but he might call on the wrong line, so I call him on the right line. I want to make sure I say, let me call him on the right line. Call him on the right line. Then. Oh. Hey, Diego, if you're listening, and you want to call, you have to call on the WhatsApp. All right? Call on the WhatsApp. Or I can call you. You have to call on the WhatsApp. All right? Now watch no pressure. All right? Right? See Aston Garner, Chapelton Maroons. They want to play, I think them too big. And I always say to them, all of you guys are so big and all of you they are Jamaica. You don't need to humble yourself. These guys think they are big stars. This is a problem. This is part of Jamaica football culture that needs to change. Too many of these players in Jamaica believe that they are stars. Right? And watch this. They possess the ball, you know, because they had more completed passes than Mount Pleasant, you know. But you think possessing the ball and can't score a goal make no sense? Go and keep the ball now. You go and keep it and make me score 6 and see how we win. Keep it, man. Knock it around, man. Listen. All right. People, Mount Pleasant, in one specific part of the game, when they have the ball, to move it from defense to attack, they were moving so slow. Right? They were moving so slow. It took them from the goalkeeper passing the ball around and Cavaliers not tackling them at all. Cavaliers are sitting back in them half. It took Mount Pleasant passing the ball around 7 minutes to move the ball from the goal line to half line. 7 minutes and nobody now tackle them. Me send you the link, but we have a caller. CC, welcome to the show.
Yeah, man.
You're 5 minutes beginning
Yeah,
right
man.
now, my boss. Go ahead.
Man is man, I come tell me about 5 minutes, man. That's why I should stop some program in the management.
But I'm just
Yeah,
one time. Why you make everything better, you Sabasi? Just start.
Hey, well, here we go on.
Yeah.
Kevin De Bruyne, as you talk about the passing thing. I'm a Kevin De Bruyne, right? One of the pass masters of football in as we know it, right? This man said, and I quote, I think passes completed is the most useless statistic there is. I can have 96% pass completion playing sideways or backwards without being dangerous for the whole game. That means I haven't done anything. What's the point? So you see, even the same thing that you said, they were passing the ball more, they have more pass completion than Cavaliers. But that doesn't mean anything in the grand scheme of things if you're not putting the ball in dangerous positions to create opportunities to score.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So even Kevin De Bruyne, a man who has 96% pass completion and a multitude of games, is telling you that 96% completion percentage means nothing if you're not putting the ball in that area of danger. If you're not getting the ball quicker up the pitch and can make decisive passes, which can hurt a team. So I think
if you don't lead to goal creation or chance creation, then what is the sense of keep passing the ball, bossy? It don't make no sense.
You know, I told somebody the other day, so when they're looking at even creative statistics, they have our next stats though, in advanced stats. When they say shot creating action, goal creating action. If the pass don't lead to a goal creating action or a shot creating action, although you have some passes that you have in a build-up play, but even in a build-up play, it shouldn't take you 10 passes to lead to a goal creating action. You understand what I'm saying, management? It shouldn't take you so, because that is the essence of the game.
Listen, without being tackled, the goalkeeper took the ball and passed it it took them 7 minutes to move the ball from their half right to the top of the Cavaliers half, and nobody was tackling them.
So that's why I told people that sometimes when they come into this thing where even in Jamaica, they want to see Jamaica play possession-based football. I'm going to tell you, what they look at surgical football more to Jamaica play. Surgical. So the man tell me say possession-based more surgical. So possession.
So what is we have Brian was joining CC. So you have to explain to the people because I am not into medicine and those things. So what is surgical football? Brian, do you know what surgical football is? Or you need an explanation like me? Hold on, let me find out. Brian, you need an
Yeah, good afternoon, good night, mornings, and the viewers. Yes, I would appreciate an explanation. I think I have an idea still, but I don't want to speculate and be wrong.
Yeah, go ahead, CC. Surgical football.
All right, so for me, surgical done with great precision. So for me, surgical football is being precise in the passes that you're completing, leading to a goal creating action or a shot creating action. So if it is that you're looking to make the least amount of passes to get into the danger creating zone, like at the top of the box, in and around the 6-yard box of the opposition team, with the most precise movements and ball passes.
So what was Cavaliers scored 2 goals yesterday? Would you call their play surgical football?
I would say Cavaliers was more surgical in their approach than Mount Pleasant.
Okay, so Cavaliers was more surgical. Okay.
Yeah. And that's why but management notice the other term, why you think the term clinical comes up. Clinical is a medical term.
Me just ask you, but I was wrong. Me just ask you to explain because brain drain. You see, brain drain. No, understand brain drain. So when football players get injured and need surgery, Jason says hot knife through butter football. So everybody have them own definitions.
Yeah, but it's basically making swift and highly accurate decisions on the pitch.
Gunners boss surgical procedures are what Tom Brady was accused of. He doctored the football. So you see, everybody have a different definition, boss. We just ask you to define. But welcome, welcome. Listen, let me just big up. Welcome, Brain Drain. Been a while. Yeah, man, go ahead. Professor, welcome back from vacation. Yes, go ahead, CC.
Yeah, so that's why I was saying that it's like you're making the swiftest and most accurate decisions in the moment that leads to you. So when you give, all right, so put it like this. You're playing to win, But if when the game finishes and a man can look and say, boy, you had 10 goal creating actions, and out of the 10 goal creating actions, there are 6 shot creating actions. As opposed to you finish the game, I say, boy, you have 90% pass completed, and you have 60% of the ball. But then out of that, there's only 1 shot goal creating action. Then what are you playing? You understand what I say, management? What are you doing? Because if you don't score, you can't win.
Absolutely.
So the whole notion. That's why I always tell people say they must be careful of what they're asking. When people are seeing Barcelona play tiki-taka football, Barcelona was actually playing tiki-taka, but Barcelona was surgical in their approach. So even when you see the ball and knock, at some point in time, sometimes they take a 7 pass and then reach in the opposition box.
So which team is supporting club football right now? Remind me.
Chelsea, my team management, I don't know.
So what kind of football Chelsea plays?
What kind of football? Right now we are playing position type of football, position based football right now. Are they attempting to play position based football?
Okay.
At this point in time. But to me, if you want to look, even in counter-attacking football, man.
Yeah.
Even for example, counter-attacking football, like you will see, Real Madrid plays a lot of the time. Is a type of football where you put yourself in a position to score swiftly and quickly on the opponent.
Yeah.
And more often than that, as I said before, it's the type of players that you even have at your disposal. When it comes even to possession style football, possession style football can be a slow build-up game. It can be slow build-up play. So it depends on what you're trying to employ. And I think when I look at the game yesterday, as I suggest, it just didn't pan out well for Mount Pleasant, especially at Cavaliers. Now people are going to say Cavaliers have Mount Pleasant ticket.
All right, CC, we're going to take the next one. Listen up because we have more to come. All right. Yeah, man. All right. Yeah, Brian, go ahead, Brian, because, I know you're at the game, so you have some stuff to share. I think we have, and then we have Diego who's trying to get, so let me see if I can answer Diego. All right, Diego, welcome to the show. Welcome to the show.
Welcome, sir.
Yeah, man, you're live on here, so just hold on because we have Brian who was at the game yesterday. So, Brian, come in and then once you finish, we'll let Diego make his case.
Yeah, mornings. So I was at the game yesterday. I must say I was, sort of pleased with the turnout that I saw. Usually these games don't really attract a lot of crowd, meaning the CONCACAF games when they are played out here. So I must say kudos to the people of Senton who really came out and, for the most part, filled up a section of the north stand. I think that was good to see. As it relates to the play on the pitch, I always felt that Cavalier is one of those teams that you can never really count out. I think Rudolph Speed always finds a way to get results. May not always look the most pleasing on the eye, but I think his tactics are quite effective most times. When I looked at the build up to this game in terms of the business that was done in the transfer window by Mount Pleasant, I was a little bit concerned about just the whole players that they were bringing in, the complement of the coaching staff. I stated from earlier on that I wasn't the most convinced by the makeup of the coaching staff. When you have a coaching staff that would have won the Premier League in their first season, gone to the final in the second season, I think personally for me, the moving up that coaching staff to this one is a downgrade, if you ask me. That's my opinion. So I felt that from there, it wasn't set up really well. I don't know what will happen going forward. Also, I think one of the issues that I saw in terms of the transfer for Mount Pleasant, they brought in a lot of players, even although they released players, but they brought in a lot of players, and I don't think the squad had the right balance. And so, it's something that was always going to happen when you bring in a lot of players and you spend high money for them. One of the things that's going to come in is that you're going to have to find a way to get them out on the pitch, because it spells no sense to spend all the money to get these players, plus you have players who are on high wages and you're not utilizing them. And so I felt last night that's what ended up happening, where they had Penny Cook playing the right back. I think last season they did that to Fitzroy Cummings. Didn't work out the best. And for some reason, Sule McCullough was on the field last night. I didn't think he was contributing as much as he normally did. And you could see Cavalier in the second half trying to exploit when he comes up, and it almost seems as if Dyer was playing left back. You could see them trying to exploit that. But I just think the way Mount Pleasant started off, it showed that the team was they just didn't come to play. Cavalier was quicker to everything. They were moving in more energy. They seemed to be a lot more switched on. If you even look at the 2 goals that Mount Pleasant conceded, those were just genuine laps and lacking concentration. But I think, and then after the game, I went to the press conference, and when I went to the press conference, I listened to the coach speak. It explained a lot of what I saw on the pitch. Last season, Mount Pleasant brought Bradford, who was one of the top strikers in the Premier League.
Brian, I don't want to get into the press conference. Just hold on. I want to hold it right there.
I'm going to pause. I was just talking about the players. Yeah.
Yeah, just hold on. Hold on 1 second.
Okay, yeah,
Diego, because I hear you breathing heavy. I don't know if you're jogging, man.
Who, me?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I hear you.
No, as a motherfucker, I was walking. No, to be honest, I was doing some walking upstairs. You know the man that thing there. You know the New York City.
You're breathing heavy, boss.
Why you very sensitive, boss? You hear everything, man.
You have to mute. I have to mute this thing, because if people ever hear that online, they will wonder if something wrong with you. But yeah, man, what say you?
No, man, nothing wrong with you. You know why EDH, boss?
All right, we have Brian. We have Brian on the live as well from BAM Sports TV. He's here with us. He was at the game, just giving us his views. So ask him to hold on. We have Brain Jane says Calabar alum that love football. Diego, Danny Dread, Mikey Ballin, leader. You understand me? So that's an ex-Calabar man talking. So go ahead, Diego.
Well, you know the Calabar fraternity, 61 rules. It's a fraternity, It's simple as that, That says it all, the Lion Rose,
Yeah.
So you don't know the thing, though. And I know you're very affectionate towards Calabar, because That was the era you said you played your Premier League near Constant Spring, right?
Yes, boss. Yes, boss. Yes, boss.
Yeah, you always say he's a Calabar. You have a little affection towards the 61
and
Raiders Road
they
fraternity.
should do well this season with Andrew Price and the team that they had, But you'd have heard Leader talking about it yesterday. They have a very good goalkeeper that was a second string at Cavaliers. I think they had he said that half the team that played for Harborview and half the team that played for Cavaliers in the under-17 finals are Calabar players. And they defeated KC, they defeated Mona.
Was Andrew Price last year?
Yeah, man, he's still there, man.
Well, me and Andrew Price, they must have no problem with the man. We all have different philosophies. The first thing you learn at Calabar, you agree, like me and Michael Sharp, and then we love each other the next day. But from Andrew Price, defensive philosophy, unless he has changed, it is not my philosophy in football,
Okay.
He has a very defensive philosophy, which is fine, because a lot of people love the low block and 9-10 man behind the ball, but it's just not Dega style. So, but I hope he has probably adjusted that a little bit and more attacking,
Yes. Yeah, man.
Like your team, Arsenal. Always use your team as the example.
Boy, some people would say, well, you can't use Arsenal as the example because with all of that high-press football, they haven't won anything. And at the end of the day, the man who's spending the money don't really fancy the nice football. And what they fancy is the titles and the trophies that they have. That is what gives them the bragging rights.
Well, that's why I always see, as Michael Shaw teach me, different parameters.
Results matter, eh?
There you go, but different parameters, Different parameters.
Yeah, man. So what say you? What say you on this stuff we're discussing now?
Oh, yeah, man. The reason I called now. And first of all, CC is in the studio?
No, he was on the line. But he's...
because he mentioned something to me, educated me, that you and I had a discussion before.
Yes.
And he said it does exist now. When we were saying that they need to have a national academy, he said we have one now.
Yeah, we have a national academy.
But remember, there was a discussion and the issue, people were saying that it's not practical, it's not pragmatic. If you want something and you find a way to get it done, that's a great idea, Papi.
Yeah, they have a national academy at the extent of which is it, because this under-14 team that is playing the tournament, a lot of the players, like all the players except for I think 2 or 3, were not part of the academy. And if you look at how they play and what they do, you can see they are coached by a guy called Stefan Avery. His son played for Cavaliers. And
Stefan Avery.
And Raymond Purser, they are the 2 persons.
Llewellyn
Purser. And then John Wall was also instrumental in it as well. It's called the TDS, right, Brian?
Yeah, I think it's talent identification thing. Talent identification program or something like that. I don't remember exactly.
Yeah. So
the point I wanted to make is a few years ago when you just started your show, I came on and said, before clubs took over American football, where now the clubs have the academy, the U.S. Soccer Federation had an academy. And I was saying, we can have people were saying that it's not feasible because you have to sell players or something like that. So I'm glad to see you have one. That's all I was saying,
Okay.
People were saying it's not practical and it can't be done. Who gets the money for the players and all that?
All right. But this, though, Diego, it is really elite talent up to around 15 years old.
That's it. But that's great. That means you're under 17 and you're under 17 team.
Okay.
So it doesn't have to be to 19 or 21. I'm saying to you, that is where you want to do it anyway, where the brain is a sponge in football.
Okay.
I'm just saying it's a great move, and I'm happy to see that Jamaica has a national academy now. No matter what
is it called idea. National Academy, Brian?
Yeah, man, it's a national academy, but it's just that it's a program sponsored by FIFA.
Yeah, so it's sponsored by FIFA. Yeah.
Okay. So the public finally got the money to do it. So that's the key. Okay.
Yeah.
No.
And yeah, like I'm saying, you can see the effects of it because the under-14 team, that is a way that they have scored 15 goals. They haven't conceded a goal. all the players are playing, so even when they start a brand new team, they're still winning the games, which means that they are. It is working. I would say based on the evidence of this team that is out in Trinidad, it is working.
Oh yes, but if it works everywhere else, Jamaica be unique. But you know, Jamaica is always something unique. Jamaica people say. So they were challenging that African National Academy. Never made sense to me, but now I know they didn't have the money. And so dancing.
Yeah, man.
It's good. It's a good. You're on the 15 and you're on the 17 team, which is the World Cup. So it's a great move. Now the reason I'm calling you now is where you're close to now, Mount Pleasant, because I'm listening to the radio, and this is where you can help me now, because I don't know, but I'm just curious. Now I hear people cussing the owner.
What?
Cussing the owner of Mount on the radio. Yeah, man.
Why? Why would it? Why?
No, that's what I'm saying to you. That's what I'm giving you based on the fact that Mount Pleasant is being destroyed by Cavaliers and the players, them, and they blaming the owner. And I'm wondering, why are they blaming the owner?
But Cavaliers is not the club. Listen, Cavaliers, number one, Cavaliers is not the club that Mount Pleasant has spent the most.
No, not Cavaliers, Mount Pleasant. Sorry, they're blaming the Mount Pleasant owner.
Okay, why?
Sorry, man. Cavaliers is getting all the glory, man. You know, Jamaicans love with this, man. You know. So, is the Mount Pleasant fans that have listening record. Now, here's what I'm saying. No, money. In America, we look at a team like the Yankees, which you follow baseball. The owner is Al Steinbrenner. He hires a man called Brian Cashman, who's responsible for bringing in the players. When we call the radio station, when the team is not doing well, we don't cuss the owner, Al Steinbrenner, because the owner is needed to have a team. What we cuss is Brian Cashman, who brings in the players. So who is the man now? Is it the owner who that brings in the players also? He has both jobs?
No, the person who is responsible is the director of football, Paul Christie, and the head coach, not the owner. Diego, the owner came back to Jamaica the day of the match. After the match, he actually got to his house. He wasn't even in Jamaica. Because him leave the director of football. So is the owner to be blamed?
So why aren't they, when we call the radio stations as Yankee fans, you know we cuss? Get rid of Brian Cashman. Get rid of him because he might bring in the wrong players. Why are they not cussing Paul Christie?
Diego, this is the thing, Diego. When somebody don't know anything and don't know information, they just go speculate, right? So they always say, the person who have the wrong information always go out and be the first one talking.
That's why I'm calling, because I know Manning's man is the same time, man, you guys. I am saying, if I was a Mount Pleasant fan, I wouldn't be cussing the owner crew. I'd be cussing Paul Christie. Now, all of us have been on the job, Manning's man, and that Brian.
Paul Christie, his second year, this is his second season.
It's going to be his third season.
This is second.
Third season?
First season, yeah, man.
Second and a half. Well, third, yeah. Call it his third season, yeah. Third season.
His third, because but guess what, Diego? We have to give him credit because he actually come and really stabilize that club, right? When bringing a sense of discipline and everything there, so, right? So, as man said in the first part, the players are there. The coach put them on the field, right? There might be some players that we didn't want to see out there, but at the end of the day, you're getting paid to play football. You have to go out there and perform. And it's the worst I've seen a Mount Pleasant defense. Mount Pleasant has been known for one of the tightest defense teams since they came into league 2018, the 2017-2018 season, right? And the first half was shambles. You cannot play a back three and have three players who don't have speed playing.
Radical point.
Right?
So my point is, as fans, I'm just giving you a parallel. As fans, we cuss the players that who don't perform, and then we cuss the president of operations or the manager who brings them in. And we say now, listen, get rid of these players, and if it's not, these players there. And we say to the Royal Cash Fund, but we don't cost the owner.
See, you never cost James Dolan yet.
James Dolan?
Yes.
No, I don't cost James Dolan.
No man, New York Knicks fans cost James Dolan. That he
they cost him when he kick out Charles Oakley out. We're talking about the team and the manager.
No, they cost him when the team wasn't making the playoffs, man. That he was destroying destroying the team by his decisions and his hiring of coaches and like when Isaiah was Isaiah was involved.
All right, so I was talking about the Yankees now. So what I'm saying to you, Dolan now, right?
Yes.
Then we say to him, we cost him to get rid of that president of operations. So if you guys cost Gould to say you need to change your president of long as the Gould, long as the owner is not bringing in the players, you can't cost him for the team performance.
Oh, yeah, I agree with you, I agree with you, because at the end of the day, this I can tell you this. If they go to Mr. Gould and say, listen, we want this player, he's sanctioned and they give him good reasons, and the player is $5 million, he pays the $5 million. If the player says he wants $300,000 for his salary, he pay the salary. Right? So they can't say they were not given what they want. You get to select the staff.
So for example, now, since you
Diego, you're breaking up. When
you put $1 million,
huh?
No, so you can. I am giving you a parallel now.
Yes.
When they brought in Phil Jackson, and then we say Phil Jackson played for 5 years and gave us nothing. Then now we can cost the owner. Get rid of Phil Jackson. Get rid of Phil Jackson, Mr. Dolan, or Al Steinbrenner, vice versa.
Yeah.
So that's what I was saying. That's why I called you now, because I'm not sure now. Like some owners, they want to do everything. Just like I was saying, Rudolph Speed, isn't he that? He's a head cook and bucket washer for Cavern.
Yeah.
So you can cost Rudolph Speed as an owner, a manager, a man who bring in the players. That them it can cost. So I was wanted to confirm if Google is also involved in bringing in players. That's all I was trying to get to.
Okay, get you. Yeah.
I think, and again, I don't follow one because I've never seen them play. But the first thing, and I hear you bring it up, that you want to do it. If I'm going to play three in the back, my three defenders have to be Barisi, Maldini, and Transmission Power. Because once you play three in the back, it's total exposure.
Jesus. You see, I'm going to top defenders and player on the back. They have a box three I use, boss. I agree with you.
To me, genius. Because you have a team. The most important thing to defend in front of your goal and your goalie. Okay? You need four unless it's three. You need defenders. Because it's going to do too much work for three defenders.
Yeah, especially when you're playing against a young and fast team. All right, Diego. Good points.
That's the point I wanted to make. Say no more.
Say no more, yeah, man. All right, so we have Brian and Marlon. Brian, you finish making the point you were making, and then Marlon, you can chime in. Go ahead.
Yeah, man. So I was saying, as it relates to the players that were brought in, I don't think that they added the right balance to the unit. There are still some players there that I'm wondering what's going on. I don't know how these players are still there. I mean, and they bring in players to play that position too. So it's a little bit confusing. But when you look on the pitch, one person look really disjointed. And some of the players just didn't look as if they were somebody are playing their thing now.
Yeah, man. We have a caller, Brian, but they're mute, so go ahead.
Yeah, so they just look really disjointed. They didn't look like a team in the first half. In the second half, I felt that they came into their own a little bit more. But Cavalier was hell-bent on just, parking the bus, being resolute in defense. And although Mount Pleasant got a few chances, a few sniffs at goal, they weren't enough. And that idea of playing Pennycook as a right back really didn't turn out to be that effective because he just couldn't put, troubling crosses inside the box, even when the opportunity presented itself. And just his movement, a lot of time the players would, come inside, drift from the left, come over to the right or in the center, and was waiting for him to make that run, but he just wasn't able to do it, or he was just not connecting with them. And so, it just didn't help their cause a lot. So I really think that they need to rethink this whole strategy that they have. And even the players that would have left, when you look at it, those players I think could have helped them. I think Austin could have done a good job for them last night as a right back. Because he's more of a right back than the other players who they tried out there. But he wasn't in the squad. I don't know why Irvin and Ming wasn't able to play. But I think, those could have helped them a little bit more.
I'm going to get to that. So you just hold on a little bit with the Irvin and the Ming thing. But
you say wait to the press conference because I really want to get to the press conference.
Yeah, man, we're going to get to the press conference. Sauti, welcome to the show. Good night.
Oh, good evening. Good evening.
Yeah, man. Good evening. Yeah, man.
Hey, you know why I'm call you? That person named Brian, him say man of the logo, they say BAM Sports TV or something like that.
Yeah, man. BAM Sports TV. Yeah.
Oh, more I'm pick him up, man. Listen, about 2 weeks ago, my daughter set up an Instagram page for me.
Yeah.
And somehow something come for them a feed where them give suggestions to follow. I'm going to see that thing that come up and I don't know why. I'm going to start following. I'm doing a good job with the transfers for the Premier League there.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
I say,
you mean the Fabrizio Romano or Jamaica,
Yeah, that's the only thing I don't like about it still. The tagline when you, the thinking it shouldn't bother use that guy word still. But big him up still upon that job.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
But,
Him say use something Jamaican, like said. See it, even if you do that or something.
Yeah, that already still.
Yeah.
But what I'm big him up still for real, because when I look on it, it's like every time I go, I see him put up a different transfer and them thing there. I mean, I say, Virgin, I'm there on the clean and the observer every day. I mean, I see none of them things there. So I said, that Virgin, you have to do some work, man. I wonder who him. I wonder if he's working at a transfer office or something.
But so one of the ball of them are from your side, in come from Josh and Anglin.
Yeah, down the road them here. I don't know him see what me hear about it.
Oh, yeah, man. From them side, yeah. But you never watch the game.
Yeah, man. Big up, South. Respect,
the Mount Pleasant Cavaliers game.
No, never watch that. I don't know. I think I see the highlights since night. I watch on YouTube. Not two of them yet.
Yeah. But it was on ESPN.
Yo, I see a penalty. I see a nice header there. Nice.
Yeah, man. The header was a very good header. Very, very good build up. Yeah. All right.
So I just imagine them want big up still, but make the other know. So if you use three at the back, you must short one still, because when you do have the ball, the two wing back then come back, I end up with 5.
Liverpool has played three at the back before, right? With Van Dijk, Kanate and Gomez are still and Matip. Are them just normally play 4?
No, I see them always have 4 man. But when Klopp tell you like when Trent gone and stuff, I'm going on the midfield. Then bring Andy Roberts to come inside and play some 3 sometime and stuff. But when them have the ball, everybody go fall back. So like Antonio Conte, him now always have 3 defenders. But when him team now have the ball, him wing back, them all come back and you end up with 5. So just because you have 3 at the back, no mean to say you're short. It depends on whether you're in a position or you're out of position.
Let me tell you, I know still.
But sometimes the man can catch you quick still if you lose the ball, and them can swing the ball in the space them wide if you don't get a chance to bring back your wing back them. Really quick, them can catch you them way there.
But let me tell you, I realize in club football internationally, probably only Claudio Ancelotti is like a difference in terms of the big league. But a lot of the coaches who do are doing well in football at the club level are younger coaches. It's like there's a new way that the modern football is being dealt with. Like if you're older, you'll get left behind, which is what I think happened to even Arsene Wenger at Arsenal. Like I think he should have gone out the same time like Alex Ferguson left. Like I felt like football has evolved, and even in Jamaica, I think some of the older coaches are suffering because some new things happen at the football, and I don't feel like sometimes they have gone back to re-educate themselves. You know, someone because them used to do so well with certain things.
Well, be a scholar, sometimes I listen to some bigger man, you know, especially some old ball and them things. Some big man. Them still talk about ball like in the 70s and the 80s, you know. Them really don't realize that.
Yeah. Like people, listen, me tell people all the while, like, a lot of the players back in the past, when we look at the football now, the football, let me give you a good example. The football yesterday was so slow. But I used to watch out sometimes when the Hector Wright and them Winston Anglin and them Monday. Them game they used to slow in a man. I've watched like a Herbert Morrison Rossi's the Costa Cup final.
Yeah, man, listen, me have some video here, you know, because I tell you them have enough of them argument about here still. You have a lot of them argument there was some man try compare like the 80s ball and stuff to where the youth them have to know. And me always say, like when me I watch Manning Cup now, you know, so me come up in the era of the 80s still. But me always feel like when me I watch it now, like if me go sit down and watch the TV and GSC and KSC and them team there play, Clan, me think them better than when me see in the 80s. But you can't tell some man that. And the man say, what you mean? We used to have all of them big ball and them things there and stuff and stuff. I say, I be a kick around ball, man, them used to play it. So,
I kick it to teacher. And everybody stand up and watch them go do.
Yeah, and the ball is so different. That we have that conversation today when me I tell the man them say, like teacher, the legend of teacher, that them man they used to stand up on the ball and all tie them shoes lace and people free to tackle and all them things. I mean I say you think nobody can go up and field go do that now. No, you them not stand up and make that happen. Or free to get a salad and free to get a whatever. That never happen again. But anyway, we have some evidence to it, because we have all a game here with, let me tell you one game where 1985 or 86, Dunnan versus Excelsior down at Sabina Park. We use all them games there as evidence. We have Boystone and Harborview
yeah.
In a stadium.
Slow.
When we look on the game, man, a bungle ball and kick and run thing, man, and there's a long kick and everybody chase ball and thing.
And if pass it back to the keeper, pass it back to the keeper and pick it up in their hand. Show it to the defender, pass it back to the keeper, pick it up in their hand. Show it out again, pass it back to the keeper, pick it up in their hand.
You have some man up here. The whole game them hard to find, you know, but you have man to find them and use them and kill some argument, man, and show the difference and say a lot of what people are talking about now are really fairy tale and stories and them things. But if you really witness it now, if you can find some game and look on it, you see the difference with it now and then a night and day. I'm going to tell people, so nobody can tell me that when me I watch them little youth play Manning Cup now, them football is light years ahead of what that was in the 80s. Because when I 80s, I never hear nothing about no pressing. I never know any, I never hear them terms there and all them stuff.
Zonal defending, zonal marking and all of them things there. Nah,
foolishness.
Yeah.
Like one time I listened to your brethren, the umpire there, the world famous umpire.
Steve Buckner, yeah. When he said that, he just use one man and take out the next one.
All right, and he was talking about one game where he must have played down at Russies, and him tell one of them defenders, they say, follow the man.
Yeah.
Everywhere the man go, if the man go even in the bathroom and stuff, you follow the man. So I saw them used to do it still. I like all Belly Dias and them man they play for Charles Smith or Anik Yard. Now man I mark him. If him go up on the sideline, go stand up, the defender, they go up on the sideline, go stand up with him. And say, anywhere you go with him. But a man must ask a question now. Why is nobody using that thing in football again?
Because it can't work. You can't do that to Messi. You think you can put a glove in Messi?
No, you know why? You know why?
Yeah.
You know why? Because coaches came up with ways to destroy that man marking thing. So what them do now, what them do is like if you have a player up on the field, the good player, whether Manning Cup or Messi or anybody, this are the good player where you put one man upon him and say, anywhere him go, you follow him. You know what them do? Them just use a player as a decoy to make some runs. And when you run guy with him, boy, you mark him, somebody just run at the spot where you run guy left and pick up the ball left. So, you understand what I mean?
Yeah.
Like him now will get the ball now, but you follow him everywhere. Him take up a position now and he make a run. And this man here where you tell about follow him go everywhere him go. When he make that run, they like him a go left. And you run guy left with him, them send a man through the middle go pick up the ball. And when you look the man they have the whole goal for himself. So that's why them cut out them type of play there. Them think they are from the 80s and 70s and stuff. But they you don't see them thing in a football like
All right.
So you don't see them thing there, them thing the way a man a follow up where one particular man a follow one particular man everywhere where him go up on the field. Them cut out them thing there, and the reason why them cut it out is because it stopped working, because people always come up with new ways for counteract things. People always come up with new ways to counteract.
All right, respect your Soti, yeah, man.
Yeah, big up yourself, man, and big up the virgin them, man.
All right, Bob Sport, you see that? All right.
Yeah, man, big up Southie, big up.
Yeah. All right, people, that's BAM Sport. I think the link for BAM Sport for you don't, if you want JPL transfer boss, this is Jamaica's Fabrizio Romano. But what we're saying to him is that stops a year ago and says, see it you now, make it Jamaican. Yeah, Brian, go ahead now. The press conference. Marlon, come, Marlon, forward on back on the channel because go ahead, Brian.
Yeah, man. So, all right. So I went to the press conference. I was doing some recording. I listened. So let me go to Mount Pleasant first.
Hold on, Danny Dread. You can hold on because Brian make an important. Yeah, man. Brian make an important point. So just hold on. Right, Brian.
Yeah, man. Big up Danny Dread. So, man, when I saw Mount Pleasant was on the field, and I went into the press conference, I was recording Mount Pleasant press conference, as in their section, because they went second. Management, I had to stop recording and I hold my head. Like, I was so confused. So first and foremost, Fitzroy Cummings and Harold Thomas were the persons there. Cummings was a little bit reserved in his talks or his speech. But he's well spoken. He's an individual that's well spoken. I must commend him for that. But when I listened to Harold Thomas, man, he made some points. So there was a question asked about, the players, the substitution that he made earlier in the game. And his response was, he said Topi was on a yellow card and was heading for a red, so he took him out.
2 minutes before halftime.
He said Nicholas Nelson had an injury and he was not aware of the injury until in the game when he saw him hopping. So he had to pull him out. They asked him about just the whole makeup of the squad and how is he going to work on keeping the players motivated going forward. And he was saying that if Cavalier can do it with young, unknown players, then his players who are known and are more popular can do it. And he's going to have to look in the squad to see the players who are hungry and who want to play. And then they asked him about the inclusion of the Cameroon forward, Wilfred. And he said, and why he looked that way? And the coach said that there was some language barrier with the information that he or they were trying to give to the striker. He wasn't understanding it. That's what the coach said. And Mannings, he said some other stuff. I'm telling you, Mannings, when I heard what the coach was saying,
my name is Marlon.
When I heard the coach and I saw the team how they played, it really made sense. And they asked him, so he was just alluding to the fact that the next game on Tuesday, there are going to be massive changes.
Yeah.
And he wants the players who are hungry, and his players were not hungry enough. And you know, he was just confusing. And one of the things is, one of the marks about coaches too is I am kind of aware of coaches who come to press conference and berate the players. I'm not so keen on that. I think the best of the coaches are the ones that, you know, even in the bad times, they try to protect their players and be like a leader for them.
Yeah.
So I wasn't too keen on that. So it solidified my suspicion from ever since. From even I'm not the greatest fan of Papa Whitmore, but when I saw that he was replacing Harold Thomas, I was concerned. I was always saying that the fact that Harold has been coaching the Premier League for 1 year is going to put him at a disadvantage. And when I look at the compliments or the persons who are around him in terms of other coaches, it doesn't inspire much confidence. And especially the players that they brought in. You know, some of these players are players that have a lot of, they are big name players in our Premier League. They come with a lot of ego, and some of them came in for massive transfers. And when I sit down and look at the players that were bought and how they were set up for this game, you know, it just looked like it just didn't look as if much thought went into bringing in the players to fill the positions and the system that they want. Oh, and they asked him about Kimoni Bailey too, and he basically was just saying that, you know, Kimoni Bailey was just not getting it or wasn't doing what he wanted, so he had to pull him.
Hold on the brain, because Marlon came back and we have Danny Dread online because they
okay, yeah, man, no problem. We can go through.
Marlon, you want to go, or you want to hear what Danny Dread have to say first?
Yeah, let me just say something. And Brian, I listened to that press conference, and the more he speak is the more I was getting upset. Right? Because if you're gonna tell me that if he's gonna say language barrier, the language barrier was between the three defenders. He come like one speaking Mandarin, one speaking Korean. There was no communication between the three of them. There was no communication between the three of them. So if he's gonna come and say, boy, they couldn't get something. Wilfred came on and he asserted himself there. He was feeding off scratches. He came out on the flank. He did what he's supposed to do. Right? The difference, as I said to my man when the show started, it's the worst more pleasant defense I've seen since more pleasant got promoted to the Premier League. Not even the first season. More pleasant should have been under 4-0 the first 20 minutes.
Yeah. Yep. I threw Cavaliers because before that goal, Cavaliers got an easy chance before the penalty. You're right, Marlon.
It should have been under 4-0. So when he's gonna come and say things like that, right? My knowledge of football, when you're using a back three, either you have the person who's gonna sweep is the person who can read the game good, or he's one of the faster players, reads the game and have a quick recovery speed, and one of your defenders have to be extremely fast. So if you're using one of them there, right? All Cavaliers right between the space, chipping over the ball. Right? The warning sign was there from the 4th minute of the play. Right? Yeah. For the 4th minute of the play, the warning sign was there now. Chambers came and got the ball. Then he came again. So from an organization standpoint, and this I can give Tapa. The 2 seasons Tapa have been there, Mount Pleasant have one of the most meanest defense in the league. Right?
Even under Dookie.
Dookie same way.
Yeah.
Right? For the 6th season, Mount Pleasant are in the league. I don't think Mount Pleasant. I know for the past three seasons they haven't conceded over 20 goals, right? So when you see the defense line that dysfunctional, and man, it's just the thing to see Bailey playing left wing back.
Don't make not a sense.
What you gonna get from him? He doesn't cross the ball, right? He
plays. And he doesn't defend. And he can't cut inside. He's not one of those guys who cut inside. You know, like some defenders invert, him don't invert. But Marlon, I want you to stick a pin right there because Danny Dread holding on. And I know Danny Dread is a Mount Pleasant fan too. So maybe you're going to have to respond to him. So both of you listen up and talk to Danny Dread. Go ahead, Danny Dread.
Yeah, man. Greetings.
Yeah, man. Greetings, Danny.
And big up the viewers. Yeah, man.
Yeah. Greetings, Danny Dread.
Bless up, Danny.
Management, right at the game.
No, boss, I'm sick in a man. I'm not fully recovered yet.
Okay,
You hear my
okay.
voice, son. I'm never going to go to the
Alright, get
deal.
well soon.
Yeah, man.
Get well
But
soon.
Brian was at the game, though. And Marlon is away now.
Brian something.
Yeah.
Brian.
Yeah, yeah, Dr. J.
Seeing a tree at the back. Yeah, Brian, you hear me?
Yeah, man, I'm hearing you.
Brian?
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm hearing you.
You ever see a tree? Huh?
Go ahead, Danny, man. Go ahead, man. They're listening. Go ahead.
Yeah, have you ever seen a tree at the back play so wide apart from each other?
That's a
That's how I ask Brian.
No, I've never
seen football.
No, but I can tell you why it happened though.
Alright, let me go first. Like how you brighter in a football than me. You were more right. So let me see if me I get it right. Alright, to me now play three at the back. The midfield basically supposed to kind of pack, right? So I'm supposed to have two wide midfielders where I run back to cover the flank them. Now I wasn't seeing much of that. So most time to me it's like the left and the right center half after I go wide to try to cover, and it leave this big gap now where the youth Mr. Speed midfielder them just kick it over into the space, and then them fast enough to get to the ball before it. So even the second goal, the first goal, one like that, beat Topi should have do much better. Him come push the man in him back after him make the ball beat him. Alright, the second one now. It's like the ball bisect the two center half again. The youth run through the space. And it's like, to me, when the goal has scored, it's like you expect like the ref blow him whistle and Mount Pleasant stop player and Cavaliers still a player. So the goal look. Like you just see the two Mount Pleasant defender them a look on them one another. And the goal is stand up and him did expect them to do something and them don't do nothing. And the youth just run through the middle and just edit it.
All right, hold on.
So it's like 3 Mount Pleasant man that are not playing.
All right, so let's hear from let's hear from Marlon and Brian and the point that you make. So what Danny is saying is that part of the problem was that the 3 centre backs were playing like it was like one in the middle, one to play left back, one to play right back. And so the two, like I think Marlon, you were saying this, Kimon Bailey, who is a left wing back, wasn't coming back, and Sule Makala, who is the right wing back, was not coming back. But on the goal, the second goal, it was Sule and Cummins that were that the player went in between. But you guys give your response.
Yeah, man. As I just said, you put it right there, right? The play started from in the middle. What the guy we playing him Smith. I think he got the ball and the ball came on the flank to Jamara. Right? He fake Dyer, cut inside, stop, one more dribble. Stein is coming from the edge of the 18 box, right? So he literally peel off Topi. The right wing back and the right centre back. Both of them are sleeping like they're on vacation. Free header. So the communication, Mullins, I was sitting behind the goal and none of those defenders said one word in the first half. Nobody called him pick up. Come back. The keeper, nobody was communicating there.
Like Brian said, it looked like there was some issue with communication. I don't know. Who said that? Or it was you, Barlow, who said that the communication was not with the centre forward. The communication was like the 3 centre backs. I think it was you.
Language barrier. Because if he's gonna say that some person the communication that going through from a language standpoint. I didn't see that with the forward. He was getting the position, he got the ball, right? But the defense, like they had a communication problem with language. They weren't talking.
Let me hear that. Let me hear. Brian, what is your response to what Danny is saying?
Yeah, mine, man. So I heard that what Danny Dread was saying that they were playing wide, but I figure the reason for that is that I think they are hell-bent on playing this system where Sule Makala inverts and becomes a midfielder instead of actually being a left back. And so with the back three, it almost seems as if what they're doing to compensate for that is to have Dyer go over and cover that space. Because if you look at the game, for most of the game, it looked as if Dyer was playing like a left back. But I think he was really just compensating for Sule because of the whole invert.
Because Kimoni Bailey was on the left.
No, man, even when Kimoni Bailey came off.
No,
yes,
Brian.
Kimoni Bailey, yes. But I'm saying because the person who's playing on that side is not coming back, it's almost one of the back three now slips over into the left side to cover. And so that could be the reason why you're seeing them being so wide apart. And I guess the cohesiveness of it wasn't clicking.
Hey, all right.
Man.
Let's touch what I said on that.
Go ahead, Marlon, and then Danny will let you come. Go ahead.
So that's why the defense was a balance, because Sule is coming inside. Cummins have to step up in that position as a right wing back, right? So the space is there. So it's unbalanced. So basically, you have two who's coming out now, right? Dyer is on the left. So it's basically two attackers against him.
All right, go ahead, Danny.
Yeah, exactly. Brian kind of sound like where me kind of think still. So, cause the flank them not being covered by the midfield, I will forget back. But hear this now. Last year, me did kind of play a system like that. But me did play 4 at the back. But I just solo kind of go forward, go full up in the middle. The right back never used to do that so much, and the topper. But anyway, you know, Brian. Yeah.
Danny, hold on. One thing. All right, they played at back 4 last year, right? Sule was mostly in the middle, but that defense line didn't go high, right? And at the same time, they had two midfielders compensate for Sule coming inside, so they always have coverage.
Right.
But realize it's a single pivot that they used last night. They're using 2 number 8.
Exactly.
And using two number 10s.
So number 10 playing as 8, right? And angling behind them. Right? Who's a see them and angling? Somebody angling was even in advanced position over them. So the whole cohesiveness wasn't there.
Yeah, let me big up Mr. United. Mr. United. Let me big up Mr. United for the super chat. He says Mount Pleasant is the most underachieving club in the history of the JPL. I don't know. The season really started. You know, them goes what? How many finals have they gone to?
Well, Marlins, if they underachieve by reaching 2 back-to-back finals,
win 1, lose 1, and you understand me. First game, maybe we need to give them see what happens this year still. Right? And there was a year when many people.
Mr. United just controversial.
Cause remember the year.
From come the league, man, we in a top 6.
Yeah, cause remember the year when the league ended abruptly. Many people felt like they would have won it that year as well. But he said it is based on the money spent. But here's one of my issue, right?
Anyway, no, my last point.
Sorry, go ahead, Danny.
I ask Brian this. No. Topper, 2 finals, win 1. You know, say any coach come behind that, it's like him coming a pressure job. It's like him have to go do instant good. No. Me never see this yet, but me see it at the match. After 20 minutes, the fans were asking for the coach resignation. Me not talk about half time, you know. Me said 20 minutes, No, me ask you this. If we don't win next week Tuesday, we have 1 week for correct it. You feel this coach are going to make it to the JPL?
I think
Wait,
the
before you
majority of
answer, let me tell you this. My hold the answer 1 minute. You remember when Lima they come Premier League before, not this time, the time before.
Yes, it was Harold that was there and he left.
All right. That is the memory where more Saint and people have of him. Say him come a Lima and him no good. And by 20 minutes, nearly half of the stand or more I asked for this man resignation. Someone know if him can make it to the JPL.
All right.
You know what I say?
Yeah. All right,
It was away. I never see that yet.
Hang up and listen, because Brian.
All right, yeah, man.
Cool. Yeah, Brian.
all right. So man is man. My view is if for some reason Mount Pleasant does not qualify for the semi-finals, I could foresee the entire staff being sacked.
What them bringing? Miguel Coley?
I don't know, but I'm just because the truth is, the truth is, all of these resources that was pumped into this team is not to win the JPL. It's for them to do well in this CONCACAF Caribbean Cup Championships.
Yeah. All right. Watch it. So yeah, right. Yesterday, people, this is a team. Watch this, Brian. This is a team because I know that Mount Pleasant cannot play 3 at the back against Cavaliers. So this is what I did, people. This was my starting 11, right? This was my starting 11, But then, 2 of the people couldn't play because apparently one the transfer yet. I think Daniel Irwin transfer has not been completed, and whatever the deal with Ming is not working out. So my other option now would be, right? You're seeing it, right? So I have Chambers in goal. I have
Ming, man, I'm seeing it.
Kick 4 me I play. I mean I play 2 holding because I have enough in attack, right? Cummins and Pennycook. Then we go Anglin and McCullough. Now what I would have done is move McCullough, put him at right back and play Tevin Shaw in there. Wait.
Yeah, man, but Irvin is out, so you have to put McCullough at left back.
Yes, right. McCullough will go at left back. All right. And then we don't have a right back down there now.
I would put Austin at right back.
They could put Austin at right back, right? And then I put Tevin Shaw in the middle, right? Alongside this guy, and this is the starting lineup. I have the pace of Campbell and I have the pace of Green. All right. The only other change I'd make is listen, don't start Ferreira and put a next midfielder that you have, like Nathaniel James, who was not in the squad, or who again they had there that they could use. But you could
no,
do
so
that.
I probably would have gone for. I probably based on, I don't know, but for me, it might sound away, but I would have gone for Marshall where Ferreira is, and I would have gone for Green where Marshall is, and I would start either Bradford or Nelson.
Nelson?
Well, they said Nelson is injured, so. Well, the coach never knows him injured, so I probably would have gone. That's what the coach said. Man is money laughing. The coach said he didn't know the player was injured until he saw the player hopping in the match. That's what the man said in the press conference. Ask Marlon. Marlon watch press conference.
As I said, all of them sit on that bench. The only person who get above the bench was the doctor and the physio the whole game. The whole coaching staff sit on the bench the whole game.
No, but I don't think, but Marlon, to the best of my knowledge, and somebody can probably correct me, but Harold Thomas don't have the B license, which I think is the prerequisite to, well, I don't know if it's prerequisite to coach in the CONCACAF, but he don't have the B license.
So who there has the B license?
Smith, Ricardo Smith.
Oh.
But Ansi, Brian, what I'm saying. Brian, if he was observing the game, he not realize something. When him again, Leng went in the tackle and Nelson. But if he was watching, if he was really observing the game, the whole coaching staff, they not realize that when he went down, that's the time it started to happen.
Man is man, for the life of me,
yes,
I don't know how is it that Bradford is not being able to get in the game in this team. A matter of fact, he's probably the man who has scored the most goal in this club championship, who's at this club now. I just think he should have been given an opportunity. Even last season in the playoff, he didn't feature.
And they have released Akwasa Chang, right?
Yes, Akwasa is back to Harborview. So I don't know Mannings. And this signing of this Cameroonian player is questionable to me.
I want to know what level football this Cameroonian player that playing in Cameroon.
All I know is he played one match for the national team against Morocco. They lost 4-0, I think, in 2021. And he was listed in the squad in another game against Zimbabwe, didn't play. I couldn't find any club information for him. So I don't even know. Also, there was this other player who was on the bench from Panama.
The Panamanian.
I thought he could have offered something in that midfield area too.
No, sir. That man didn't work tonight. It's been on my boss.
The Panamanian?
Take it from it's bad. You never work tonight.
Somebody tell me say Aral has European license. Really? Okay.
Marlins, I have watched him play.
I know this person still in us. So if Aral have the license, he will know this person.
Okay.
Right? I have watched him play
the Panamanian.
I don't know if it's where he is in this system, but I know
he looks a decent player to me still when I watch him on clips and stuff. But
no man, he can't kick the ball.
Man, he's about to go with that nice speeder.
The box.
What is that? Hey, money. You know the next player more pleasant who me think is probably a little bit underrated, Shandy James. Shandy James. Right.
So I'm saying that what they could have done, is put the Brazilian up as a false nine, put Daniel Green, put the Brazilian up, bench Marshall if they want, bench right, and play Shandy James.
No, but that's what it, no, you know bench Marshall.
Here would have been a better midfield.
Guess what? Shandy James has played this competition, right? He has played this competition. He has started it. He has went on to play in the CONCACAF Club Championship, where he has also starred in it. So it was surprising somebody of his experience, a man who was gone to Azteca and gone up against Club America, Cruz Azul over there for Portmore United. So it was really, because man is this is and when I said to somebody, I said, guess what?
You know,
Cavalier might be young, but they have experience of his competition 2 seasons.
You know who was upset, boss? Rankin. Because Rankin, based on training and everything pre-season, was confident that he was going to start the squad. So, hey, imagine this midfield. Rankin, Anglin, and Shandy James.
There's another thing too. Marshall and Green, they are taking too many unnecessary touches on the ball.
Man. Same thing with Devante, man.
Right?
Yeah, man. Too many touches on the ball, man. Yeah.
But they had a link-up play around 18 about Staff and Devante to Green. Marshall. You see the same injury with Green getting at the final last year. We just wall off the ball, play the ball to something to Shaw. At the same tackling it again. Right? They take a lot of unnecessary touches. They had a simple 1-2 because the Cameroonian laid the ball off to Marshall. Marshall cut it, stop, put it back on the left foot, stop again. Pass it back in the middle, take it back. And this is the thing, because the pace of the game that they were playing, there was no way they're going to break down the Cavaliers. And guess what? Cavaliers have a record for the past 3 years. How many games they have lost when they have scored first?
Yeah.
Right? Once that resting back 5 come in, right, and the midfield drop back, one time is 9 person 18 box and Kylie up in the center circle waiting to get a counter.
But Kylie couldn't get a game at Mount Pleasant, and he come on and give the whole of the Mount Pleasant defender them and midfielder them.
Hey, Marins, you know, Marins, there was a point that I was watching the game, in the second half. I was saying to the person that I was beside me that it's clear that Harvey don't really understand Cavalier, because there was a point in the second half when he was pressing and he was calling up the Cavalier players to come up the pitch. None of them was moving, so I was saying it's clear that he probably don't understand the game plan, brother. Man, let's see them off, brother.
Brian, whenever you see man busy get season up there in that country up there.
Yeah. Along with Stanley Thomas too. I think it's gonna be good.
Right?
This player that scored the header is a decent player too, you know. Shaquille Stein, you know.
He's a player for Mocha.
No man, Robin Hood.
Robin Hood, yeah, him and Cairo.
And Cairo. They say Cairo is weak. And I know that Stein is 100 times weaker than Cairo.
Yeah. It was quite interesting though.
Chandelier TV, like Brian says, Harold Thompson is one of the most qualified coaches in the country. Then he says, what is a B license?
Okay.
Yeah.
But it's a little bit surprising to me though, the point he made about Harvey that last season Harvey played 9 games for Mount Pleasant and he only started in 1 game. He was on
check the amount of games he played. Check the amount of minutes he had for the entire season.
Those 9 games out of 150 minutes.
Yes, and I'm saying he came straight into Cavalier a couple of days before the window.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. I came on early because the player got injured. And he came on. Because Busy didn't start.
No, Busy didn't play.
It was 100%.
Yeah, man, Busy. Oh, you mean Busy didn't play?
No, Busy didn't play, man. Busy didn't play.
Busy didn't play, man.
Oh, I thought he came on.
No, I think who come on for Marlon? I think he come on for somebody up front, you know.
That's fine.
Time he came on for Busy didn't play.
Okay.
And Shani Thomas was in the stands. He didn't change that.
What I want to know though is what would make Mount Pleasant, and I still want to find that out, why Mount Pleasant could not have used Kyle Bing, who got transferred to Mount Pleasant before Kelly Oury got transferred to Cavaliers. He played for Cavaliers, but Ming could not play for Mount Pleasant. That is what I cannot understand.
There is a trade secret that money is.
I want to steer money. I won't mention the thing. I make it steer. Make it steer.
Nathaniel James did not even make the man make the squad. People don't realize, the man never met the squad. None of the young players out of the academy didn't make the squad.
No man, wasn't Franco Celestine in the squad?
No.
Yeah? No.
Milan was on the bench. The other Haitian.
Oh, he was there?
Yeah.
I don't know. See they let go next player here. So I figure that and I don't. But Brian, to be fair, still all right. So here's what I'll say. I think Joshan Anglin is an upgrade. When I look at the players that left, the only player that left that I think you could say could give it the same output is probably Duxley. I think he's ahead of Howell. Though Howell is very good. Let's look at it now. All right. They brought in Alex Marshall. Who left that you'd say is better than Alex Marshall?
Marshall waste by for me, say me.
No, fine, but I am saying that when you look at the players that left, that they actually released, it were the players who were not even maybe Guthrie. But most of the players like thing there,
if you're talking about players that get released, it would have been Phillips, who was a perennial starter in the team.
Phillips, maybe them are Phillips. But outside of that, some of the players were fringe players already.
Right? And
I didn't even see left footer guy. What's his name again, man? Used to play for JC.
Sterling.
No, Sterling was on the bench.
Merritt.
Yeah.
I think Merrick is at Dunbehold, you know. That's what I think. I think Merrick is at Dunbehold.
Mullins and Brian, man management is gonna be a very key one this season because I see about 4 players last night, they weren't happy. They weren't.
Four? Well, I mean, it's a ranking never take it good now because he has lost weight a year that he's running hard, him looking very fit, and the man that we name in the squad, boss.
Well,
that's the word on the street. Kevin Graham, who is very fat. I don't know. All right.
I think he's gonna be a fringe player. Because if you look at it, man, and Ming is gonna play, right? Probably play right back, which you and I think you want to play centre back more than anything, right? The Cook at right back not gonna work. Because you're still gonna have the back line slow same way. And the back three thing won't work. This is the thing now. Irvin is there. Irvin will be my first choice. Right there. Where do you put
Irwin?
Eh?
I don't know because what I know is that with Gadiel,
he can play both sides.
No, but he would not have been because I kind of did some digging with his former club, and there is something that is holding up that process. So he
going forward in the season. I wasn't talking about yesterday. So there's a lot of pieces that they need to put together there. As I say, the first game still, and
somebody said Jonathan Sena is better than Marshall.
But they play two different positions.
Oh.
They play two different positions. He was one person that was being groomed in Panama to be one of the replacement for Armando Cooper. But I think Martinez has really transitioned through very, very quick over the past 3 years. So that's why he's a part of the Panamanian team. But he has been around the team. Hasn't played as yet, but he has been around the team.
Oh, so he has been around the Panama team. Okay. Hey, listen, and here's what I believe, people. I believe Arnett Garden is going to be a sterner test for Mount Pleasant. Coming off what they did in the Club Shield, I think that is a tougher game than the Cavaliers game. What do you think, Brian?
Fully for a thing, no? They will get more opportunity against Arnett. They will get more opportunity against Arnett. Because guess what? Arnett back line, the back four won't be sitting here sleeping. Right? That is one thing you can assure. They won't be sitting back, they'll be going forward. Right? This is one thing you know you're not gonna find them coming forward. That defense line for Cavalier, the 5 of them there. The 2 wing backs, right? They never reach half line. Right? They just play that low block the whole game.
Oh.
1 was a problem, 2 was even worse. Arnett is gonna be
What do you think, Brian, about the Arnett Gardens? Because I think Arnett Gardens is probably in better condition on that than
me and Brian had a conversation that day with Unseen and Jean-Pierre. I always said the good thing for it, I'm happy for it, that none of these teams are playing on it the first game.
Okay. Because think that who was playing tonight? Was it Mocha?
It's tomorrow.
No, but there was a game tonight. There was a game earlier tonight, man.
Was a good game.
Yeah. I think it was 0-0 after around 78 minutes.
Man, it finished 0.
Yeah, I know that tomorrow the other 2 teams going to play, the Trinidad team and the Trinidad team. Yeah, they're going to play at Savannah Park.
Savannah Park?
Yeah. The Asian team is using Savannah as their home ground.
But man is after this game play tomorrow, I can tell you who come out the zone.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd like to go and watch that game also.
How did think their game go? The female game.
They lost 5-0.
Then 5 goals in the second half.
Whoa. All right. Listen, I want like boy, Mount Pleasant take up the whole of my show. Just give me 5 minutes. Give me a take on any one of these three things. Is youth football improving? And this is on the backdrop of what we have seen with the under 17 and the under 14. Or give me a take on older coaches struggling. And the third one is the real fans. Are the real fans the people on YouTube? Are the real fans the people who actually go to the game? Who are the real fans of Jamaica's football? So, Brian, give me a take in 5 minutes on any one of these things, and then Marlon, you can go ahead.
Yeah, Mannings, I try to touch on all of them in the 5 minutes, if possible. So, the last point about the real fans, I mean, I think difficult to differentiate because, I mean, some of the fans who go to the games are also on YouTube commenting. I think it takes a special level of dedication and commitment, to be on these multiple platforms, days, nights, just commenting on the football and being engaged and, giving your input. So, I think that's important too. I mean, that's one of the things that makes the game of football so loved and so popular. It's a conversation that happens years after or even before certain events. Is youth football improving? I would say we have improved, now based on where we were maybe 10, 15 years ago, with the advent of having more academies, even with what Cavaliers is doing in the Premier League, giving more opportunities to younger players. Other clubs are buying into it as well. The whole idea that Chappleton Maroon qualified for the Premier League with young players from Carolina College. And so, the whole Phoenix and the transfer of Whisper and other young players who have left has caused a shift. And I think it's fair to say that, the youth football is improving. I think more people are invested in youth football now and are trying, to put together youth teams and to develop youngsters. I think there is much more that could be done, but I think we are on the right path. And this under 17 team too will help to, inspire. The National Academy is also something that I think is helping youth football to improve. So I think I would say, on a whole, it has improved, but I think there is, more that can be done to make it become better. As it relates to older coaches, I would say in a essence, I mean, locally, I could say I see where some of them are struggling, but I don't know. I think sometimes the issue is that the older coaches are stuck in their old ways, and they find it a little bit difficult to go back and to try and re-educate themselves or to improve on the education that they have, to learn more about where the game is going in terms of technology and new trends and different sciences behind the game. I think the hesitancy to adapt to that is probably contributing to their struggle. I mean, the younger persons are more in tune with what's going on globally, and I think they are trying to adapt more and to learn. And so you would see, once it is that learning takes place, you would see the fruits of their labor. But I wouldn't say it's outright, because if you look at the competitions that's going on locally, the coaches from the older times, they are not being outdone on a large scale. But I think more young coaches are, winning titles, developing players, and putting together good teams and stuff like that. So yeah, I could say it's a little bit closer in terms of the older coaches, because even a coach like Freddie Butler, I wouldn't think Freddie Butler would be like an old coach, even though he has been doing coaching education for a while. But certainly in terms of like from a national team perspective, you could say he's a young coach, even though he's an older person. So yeah, I would say the balance is a little bit closer now than it probably was before. I do believe that in the future, going forward, if the same trend continues, then you will see more younger coaches, dominating. And I mean, even the Premier League, even the Premier League, you realize that some clubs are taking the what you call the bold step to bring in young coaches. If you look at Chapperton Maroons, Bigger Thompson is there as a coach. Eva Mullines, Jermaine Thomas is a fairly young coach at Dunby Holding. Philip Williams we would consider a fairly young coach. Portmore too with David Ferguson. So you see more however in time passed by, you used to have like more of a recycling of the coaches.
You have a young coach as well.
Yeah, Arborview was a young coach as well. So you see the younger coaches.
Have a young coach as well.
Yeah, and they have young coaches because even Garnet Lawrence and Fabian Taylor, they are fairly young coaches. So you see more young coaches being given the opportunity to come into the league and to be a part. Even at Mount Pleasant, even though Earl is there, but I will consider Ricardo Smith a young coach. Even Uli Rules, I will consider him a young coach. At Mullines, you have Xavier Berger too, who is a young coach as well. So I would say, the more clubs are giving young coaches the opportunity to come in and to hold their craft. And I think you will probably see them taking over more than the coaches that were there before who normally were being recycled. Some of them step away, like Ludlow Bernard, going into different aspects of the football and stuff. So, yeah.
Yeah. All right. I also have Unseen, who is the number one from the age 7 to 15. But we will not prolong that one tonight. Marlon, your 5 minutes begins, so go ahead. You can take one topic, or like Brian, I can take 10 to cover all three.
But even if you look on the worst stage of football right now.
We're not hearing you, Marlon.
If you look at the worst stage of football, you hear me now?
Yeah, hearing you now, yeah.
If you look at the worst stage of football, especially international, if you look at the success from most of the coaches, right? They're mainly between 42 to 55, right? So if you look at the former World Cup winners, right? German coach Joachim Low, right? You look at the Argentinian Scaloni, still in his 40s. Deschamps is in his 50s now, right? So you basically see, if you look at, as I say, Ancelotti has been, I think Ancelotti has with his backroom staff has really kept up with the modern day football with all the sciences and changes in the game. He has really kept up with it, so he's still up to date with what is going on. New still. As Brian was talking about in the league right now, it's definitely because and we had that conversation to say that Harold is gonna be the oldest coach in the league. Right, with the innovation of football now, what the younger coaches are doing, right? Is he gonna do the changes and in-game management that is required? And the first thing that I saw yesterday with that bench, all 5 of them sit on the bench, Manins, and not one of them got up on the sideline, even when they were under pressure making mistakes and stuff, right? So that in-game management, I didn't see it yesterday, right? I didn't see it yesterday for him. So as I said, it's one game, it's the first game of the season. Right, but the only thing that I was looking at, this is what the owners was waiting for from the first couple of years. So to see the team reach that stage and perform that way, so I think Fergie at Portmore, I'm looking to see what he will do with a very, very talented Portmore United team. Right, Philip is at Dunby. We saw what he has done so far. The 2 seasons with Portmore.
Yeah, they just lost one of their centre backs from last year, though. According to BAM Sports.
But they have also added centre back as well. They lost, I think they were last 2 or 3, because Zakia Wilkes has moved on as well.
Yeah. And what's his name? Young centre back.
Hodges
going to Harbourview is good.
Yeah.
But
they brought in Richard Brown from Tivoli and Gerald Neal Jr. from Arborview, from Arnhem.
Oh yeah, Gerald Neal Jr. Yeah. Somebody said that Nathaniel James was in the squad.
Yeah, man, he was in the squad. He was on the bench.
On the bench.
Yeah.
I think he was in the number 20.
No, man, wasn't think there in the number 20 that came on. Kevin Shaw.
No, Shaw was in 28.
Oh. He said no academy player was in the squad. Sean Milan, the Haitian, that was in the squad is not in the academy.
I mean, one was about 21.
Yeah, so they said that no.
Yeah, he's 19. He's 19.
But I would say, man, is as I said, when you talk about the development and the youth team, right? I'm really, really happy and excited about the National Academy. I've seen what he has done for the Panamanian youth team, Guatemala as well. Damrep, which is gonna have a center of excellence, you know. So I think their youth should probably get a bigger kicker now. But basically, having players training together, developing the fundamental of football and stuff, you really see, and I was really impressed with what I've seen from the youngsters, right? Person might say they're not playing US or Mexico and stuff, but it's exposure that you're getting at the young age, and when you get exposed at the young age and you're winning, it boosts your confidence, right? So you will only get better. When you get that exposure and plays a better team and you get flagged by them, right? It demotivates you. So this is really, really good, and the Trinidad game show me what the way forward this team will go, right? Because you're playing the home team, right? To see they have this Trinidad team playing on the back foot from the get-go, that was really, really impressive. The scoreline could have been about 6, right? But the finishing was there, but the players are there. I think was it the number 10? Davian?
Yeah. Davian Clark.
Savage, number 7. Right?
There's a guy called Jose, I think he's number 3.
Yeah, well, it's the centre back. The left back look very, very good going
yeah,
forward.
Yeah, the number 12 is there's a number 12 that I like very, he's very good. And the Twin Towers, very good. Right. No, man, in forward, Morris and Brown.
Brown, yeah, man. And the little man, they call him Tiny Bailey. Right? President Trinidad has been calling me, asking me if he passed 10-year-old as yet, but I think he's one for the future if they can take him and groom him.
How old is he? Because I was saying that, boy, I'm telling you, he have good touch and all of that, but he played well. He played well against Aruba, but I think in the game against Trinidad, when the guys were bigger and less space, he had some hard times, but he really looked well in the last game. I'm telling you. I think he was being player of the game too.
Yeah, he was man of the match. Even the basket was bigger than him. The basket slack was actually bigger than him. Yeah, but as I said, still, it's really good look going forward, under 15, under 17. And you have somebody who knows the football, was played the game, right? Was played the MLS, was played in League One and the League One in France, and played in the second division as well, played in the Gold Cup as well, took his team to the semi-finals, so, and came in as a coach in St. Martin, has done very, very well for them. So you see him here as being the coach of the National Academy. You can really see where the players are coming from. And trust me, man, if this team stay together for the next 2 years, 2.5 years, they're gonna make a lot of noise when it comes to under 17 World Cup qualification.
I think so.
And I think so. Big plus of this man is, for the longest while, or 3 teams that went to the World Cup, right? The under 17 team spent a lot of time together in 1999, and a lot of those players matriculated up to the under 20 team, right? They spent a lot of time together as well. The under 17 team that went together, went to World Cup in 2011, same way, had a lot of time together. So I think the preparations, from a preparation standpoint, it's really good. So we actually, if you're looking at the 2026 and 2017, we are way ahead of what we have normally been, because they've been probably 3 months before under 17 players start having camp and stuff. So this is really, really good.
All right. Listen, I'm going to end with this, right? I'm going to give you guys some time. Maybe you'll be on some platform, you can discuss it. But if not, we're going to discuss it tomorrow, right? So this is an update from the Centon Division 1. Just got this. It says, Richmond FC, right? That is Richmond, the new housing development, right? Which is Richmond FC finished top of, that's Errol Stevenson's team, right?
They play today, right?
Yeah, that's his team. I think Ramsey is a part of it, right? think Ramsey is the coach, but they are part of it. But the Richmond FC finished top of Zone B in the Centre Division 1 on Wednesday, the 21st of August, with a resounding 6-1 victory over previously unbeaten Higgintown to book their place in the semi-finals. Despite the loss, Higgintown also qualified for the semi-finals or are runners-up in the zone. Errol Stevens continues to haunt the teams with 4 of the 6 goals. In his previous game, he also scored 4, coupled with hat-tricks in his first 2 games. He has now amassed 14 goals in 4 matches to be atop the goal scoring chart. Thursday, we'll see the end of the preliminary round. All right, so here's my question. So, Errol Stevens is the Confed president, right? The treasurer is Kirk Ramsey. All right? So, can they own a team? Can they also play in the competition? That is what I want to think about.
Okay. I will think about it.
Yeah. Can they really own a team given their position? 1. And can they be involved to the point of coaching and playing for the team, even if they own the team? I don't know. So that's what I want to ask.
Yeah, own a player coach.
Own a player close, Confed involvement. Like we're not going to say that. Don't want to get myself in another problem, yeah, sir. Anyways, so just think about it and we'll. But listen, what I say is that you just show Errol Stevens a class, right? Because the man retired for a football and their division 1 of Jamaica and scored the most goal. Although he retired kind of young still. Yeah, but this is like a Masters League team winning the Centre Division 1.
But man, it shows you when you have a person who has experience and who has the quality, right? And who has
that's how you see it.
That level. We really come at the top.
You know me see it? The football is very poor. If Masters League team.
So what about the Phoenix team? Where they are?
Is the Phoenix team the Phoenix team?
Well, I heard it was the second. See that team.
Yeah, because they never did well. They never did well. Then like Phoenix should not play in Centre because they don't have any luck in the Centre League. They be beating them getting to the Centre. Every time they participate, I mean, you say it's just development. So my point though is this: Danny saying yes, they can own a team like Mr. Speed. All right, fine. That's what I'm saying. You people call the name, so it's okay to own a team, coach a team, play on a team, be the parish president or the Confed chairman. All right.
It's actually more room in it.
Yeah. But that is where we're going to end the discussion. We can pick up on that tomorrow. But I want to say a big thank you. Again, people, make sure you check out BAM Sport for all your JPL transfers. Right? Don't check out over there for anything Chelsea, because all you'll see is a big boss. Can hold around 100 players. All right? Big up also to Marlon. You understand me, for his always his expert knowledge, especially when it comes on to football across the region. Thanks to all the persons who called into the program. Listen, I am management. This has been I Am Sure Sports. I said 1 hour, I've gone 2 hours. Thanks to all the persons who have contributed by giving a super chat, a super sticker. Really appreciate it. For Leighton, Dean Tomlinson, thank you. Brain Drain, Mr. United. For all the persons who like the video, thank you as well. Really appreciate that. For the new subscribers, really appreciate that as well. Stay a subscriber as we continue to provide you with high quality content. I am management. This has been I Am Sure Sports, and as usual, when it gets to this point of the show, we say we are over and we are out of here.
Yo, watch about dog, SK New Erdis, the body out there, Sniper King I represent for I Am Sure Sports. You get to me, I say, when you want the latest news and sports and updates and all of that, check out I Am Sure Sports. You know the thing goes in. Remember, cover the whole island. Remember Kingston, Westmoreland, Galchester, Orchard-Race, Galtigo Bay, everywhere. I Am Sure Sports, check it out for the latest news and latest updates. Sniper King I represent. Where them feel like? Ha, yeah. Someone on for the food from we young, from we day, you need height. I Am Sure Sports. Yeah, dog.